Drivers, start your engines!
When we come back here in September, the playoffs will be underway. Today, drivers trying to make their way into the championship chase. Among them, the guys on the front row, Kyle Busch and Kasey Kahne. They get us going. We are underway here at New Hampshire. Denny Hamlin working over Kasey Kahne for second as we send it down to Larry McReynolds.
Well, Adam, Kyle and Wally, they were talking about air pressure, and I guess the viewer may be wondering if they drive bad on low air pressure, why do they start them low? Well, we've been talking about long green flag runs, and you build so much air pressure, you have to start it down low to start a run on fresh tires.
And also, Larry, these tires are so good, you may have those tires on your car for a long time today.
A couple of former winners here had a moment while we were in break a moment ago. That would be Kevin Harvick and Greg Biffle.
Jonathan Biffle just drove her down in there and kind of slid up in front of the 29. 29 probably didn't appreciate it. Gave him a tag.
Clear again.
Wow, here comes Kasey Kahne out of nowhere, taking second spot.
Kyle Busch continues to lead this race. In fact, he started on pole. He's led all 43 laps so far. Got a challenge from Denny Hamlin. Then his teammates slipped back. And as you can see right now, it's Kasey Kahne right in his hip pocket, and he is closing the gap. One driver who was behind the 8-ball when things started, Brad Keselowski, won here yesterday in the Nationwide Series race from the pole position, I might add, but started outside the top 20 today. Things look good early, Chris.
He started 22nd. He's worked his way up to 14th right now. That car is charging. Larry?
And the battle for the race lead is on. Top man right now, 18, Kyle Busch. Kasey Kahne right behind him in the 5, and they're coming up on the lap machine of David Reagan in the 34, who right now has scored in 29. When the green flag pit stops began, Kyle Busch was the race leader. Had a problem on pit road and was speeding. He is now scored in the 22nd position.
Yeah, you look at the right rear and they'll get hung up. So you got 3, 4, 5, 6, say 9 or 10 seconds and held them up. Yes. On top of the drive-through. So I mean, it wasn't that one was bad enough, but both of them.
The new man out front after the cyclist stops, his teammate Denny Hamlin, who was running third when things began. And look at those numbers. That's big. Back around 10th, we had a moment while we were away. Watch Greg Biffle in the 16.
Yeah, Biffle's been driving in pretty hard. He drove in a little bit too hard this time and did a really, really good job keeping it off the 18.
And this is on board with Ryan Newman, front row seat.
And that's all that is driving it in like 5 feet deeper than you have been in the past.
And you heard how long the 39 car of Ryan Newman stayed off of. But look at that thing. It steps out right there. He chases, 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 and just all but stops to get it back up under him.
Wow. How about that? Jimmy Johnson right around his teammate Jeff Gordon for the runner-up spot. As you watch Greg Biffle and Kyle Busch go at it for ninth. These two connected at the hip for a good while.
Kyle Busch takes that spot. Yeah, Kyle's got a very good race car today.
134 of 301 laps complete this afternoon here at New Hampshire. It continues to be Denny Hamlin out front. His advantage over Jimmy Johnson, 2.6 seconds.
Denny Hamlin backing up that pre-race prognostication by a lot of different crew chiefs. Currently out front, P1, the car, he says, is really going back and forth. It's too tight, then it's too loose. He said the car just seems to need a little more stability on late exit.
There you see Tony Stewart trying to hang on to the lead lap, Chris.
Yeah, Adam, this goes back to practice on Friday and Saturday, and Steve Addington, crew chief on that car, telling me that they just never got the handling figured out. They never got a good setup underneath Tony, and Tony just saying that the car was feeling numb, feeling like it just wasn't grabbing hold of the racetrack, so he just hasn't been confident about the 14 all weekend long, and that's where they tried that new setup last night, hoping they would work in this race. Obviously, it isn't working. That team's starting to try and make bigger and bigger changes, hoping to try and find something for when we come back here for the chase.
I'll tell you, a team that was ready when the green flag went in the air today, that Blue Deuce. Brad Keselowski started 22nd. He just went around Dale Earnhardt Jr. for 5th. Man, Brad is strong today. I mean, it is so hard to start deep in the field here anyway. And then you get 4 laps of caution, and here he is in the top 5. Kyle Busch hanging on to that inside lane. Jimmy Johnson, Casey Kane right behind the top 2. And Busch can hang on no longer. Denny Hamlin grabs the top spot, side by side for 5th on back.
Ooh, contact there between Boyer and Ryan Newman.
And with Jeff Gordon on the outside, Jeff got bumped just a little bit.
Pretty wide.
That's Keselowski in the middle, Harvick on the inside, Brian Vickers getting aggressive in that top lane. Up there, Johnson, Kane, and now Earnhardt Jr. into the picture.
Yeah, Kyle's definitely holding these guys up right here, but again, it's hard to pass on this racetrack. You only have so much real estate to get it done. I think once these guys get clear of the 18, you'll see them pull away.
Joe Gibbs drivers dominating. Kyle Busch and Denny Hamlin combining to lead nearly 200 of the 210 laps here this afternoon. And there he is, the race leader, Denny Hamlin. His advantage right now over second place Kyle Busch, 2.3 seconds. Johnson is 3 seconds back in third. Casey Kane, Dale Earnhardt Jr. complete the top 5. Starting to get down to it, and things getting interesting on track. While we were away, Wally, Martin Truex Jr. with a moment.
Well, obviously, because you just got finished with that Mountain Dew, and you were all over this during break. You got a little sideways.
Okay.
It was okay.
Thank
but
you
boy,
very
I
much.
thought you were jumping through the roof.
I didn't know what happened in the booth when he saw that.
Kyle Busch, this is his final stop. I think we've got about 69 to go. They're going to do. Oh, they're making them push the car back. He overshot the pit stop here, so another pit stop problem with the 18th.
Yeah, you can't make those kind of mistakes, not especially this time of the race. This is a hard one to make up. That's the second one today that he's made as a driver. The team made one, but he just slid over the line a little bit. Cost him 4 or 5 seconds. 4 or 5 seconds on the racetrack is a lot.
That's a lot. And I think, you know, he's made up so much ground on the racetrack. He was just trying to get that little bit more right there. And it just results in that little bit of a mistake.
Now the 11. Changes going on the 11. 4 tires. They called an audible, Ralph.
Denny Hamlin going 4 tires, and he lost a ton of position. And at the restart, Casey Kane, the leader, going to jump in the outside lane. Man, Boyer driving it in nice in front of Junior for second. I'll tell you another driver that would benefit greatly from a win today. Denny Hamlin. He would join Tony Stewart and Brad Keselowski as drivers who have 3 victories in 2012. And I'm telling you, he's going to be a player before it's over with.
Yeah, you get a caution. I mean, it's really going to be a player. But he's putting on a clinic on how to get around this racetrack and how to work traffic right now. I mean, we've talked about how hard it is to pass, but he is making it look incredibly simple. And he's moved into the top 5 here. And we said before, the closer you get to the front, the harder it is. But he still continues to make it look easy.
22 laps remaining. It's all that's between Casey Kane and his second win in 2012. And the man chasing him now is Denny Hamlin. While we were away, the 11 car got by Clint Boyer for the runner-up position. And last time around, he was 3 seconds behind Kane for the top spot.
So now there's nobody in between.
Yeah.
Clean sailing for Denny Hamlin, and some lap cars stacking up in front of the race leader, Casey Kane.
Let's
see if he does the same thing here. About 225. I see now Casey had to. Oh wow, Denny drove it in really hard that time. He slid it. That's another thing you got to be careful doing is overdriving the car at this point.
Yeah.
And a victory here today would more than likely put him in the chase, but a lap and a half remaining, and Denny Hamlin continues to close.
You see him way.
They just gave
there
it
it goes
away.
right
That's
there.
it.
There it goes.
White flag out. And
did
Casey
only-
Kane can breathe easy at New Hampshire. But he's going to get his second win here today, and it's going to be his first ever at New Hampshire.
Way to go. Great strategy, Kenny. Way to get us that track position. We had to have it. Thanks everybody. Good job, Kevin.
Ran the top 5 the whole race, but Denny was obviously the best car.